Hello. Today I want to talk to you guys about building an empire and why I had to stop. Okay, bit of background story. I've always believed that one should follow their dreams. Like, even in high school, I was the biggest cheerleader for just follow your dreams and you will be successful. Okay, so I saw my friends going to go study what their parents thought they should, and I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. I will be following my dreams, showing everyone that it's possible. So that was my whole thing. Another part of my story comes with my relationship with God. So I've always had a very personal relationship with God. We understand each other. He has shown me personally, for me, unique ways of him speaking, and I'm still learning, but I just know he had a very personal journey for me. I've always had God here in the back, or in the back cheering me on. Okay, so one of my biggest struggles was I had this massive passion for following your dreams, but my dreams were actually more, my dreams weren't what I would think someone that believes in God's dreams should be. Okay, so I thought, actually, your dream should be becoming a missionary or giving up your life for God or stuff like that. I thought, my dreams cannot be for my personal good, you can almost say. So I was quite in a struggle at that time. I asked God, because I was into design. I've always loved design. Like, after following your dreams, it was I want to be a fashion designer, and my other dream was I want to build a well-known South African brand. So I want to build a household name brand in South Africa. That was like my top dream. So it was like build a big brand in design, which was fashion design at that stage, while following my dreams, because that's my dream. Okay, and I asked God for 3 signs to know, is it okay for me to follow worldly dreams? Okay. Within 2 months, I got all the signs. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. It's one of my biggest testimonies. I mean, the stuff I asked for, it wasn't easy. It was specialized equipment. It was lots of money. It was worth. I got it by miracles, like from 2 different sides. I got these 3 things, and I knew, you know what? Another big lesson I learned was, and what I want to tell you, was that God knows your heart personally. So he's not going to expect you to go do missionary work if that's not who you are. Okay. So I was like, well, I've got my 3 signs. I'm going into design and I'm starting my own business. And that is what I started doing straight out of high school. Okay, I went overseas for a bit to go work in a guest house. And then I started my first fashion brand. So ever since I was out of school, which is now 7, 8 years, my word, I've just been starting my own companies. Okay, so it started off in design, which I loved. So I started as a fashion design brand. I loved it. Why I stopped, that's a whole nother story and another big business lesson and life lesson. But I stopped because of investment money that I couldn't pay back according to my expectations. And I also stopped because the industry was very unique. It's different body types, different styles, and so on. And the other thing is I realized I'm always my trends are too trendy. So I would design something and be on my racks and people would be like, and then give it 2 years or a year or a season, it's like summer this year and the next summer, that design that I thought of is everywhere, and people are like, oh, I love this, and they were like, I designed that like last year and you guys didn't like it. But anyway, so it was a very unique industry. From then, it naturally went over to, what did I do at that time? I think I actually moved. So I moved from Pretoria to Mossel Bay. I was married in the meantime, and I moved, and then, so I stopped a bit with the fashion. Oh yeah, and then I started thinking about silk pillowcases. So I mean, silk pillowcases is so amazing, and I started reading up on the benefits, and I couldn't find silk pillowcases anywhere. So this was again before it became a trend. Like, I thought of this and there was nothing. Well, there was maybe like 1 or 2 brands in South Africa which were very expensive. I started making silk pillowcases and selling them. And then I saw a really cute studio space in Mossel Bay, like in the town, and then I thought, this is where my factory is gonna be. Then when I moved into there, I was like, yo, this is perfect for a shop, like a South African designer shop. Why don't I go and create a shop where designers such as myself, even with my fashion brand, can put their stuff, like, so it became a showcase for up-and-coming South African designers. So it was from ceramics to fashion to bath and body products, everything put together into that shop. And then, so it just like naturally progressed into a shop. I never had my factory. I just ended up having my own shop. Okay, I did that. So Mossel Bay was a very, very quiet town. So basically my shop was actually more like a summer shop. So I should have, business lesson, I should have made it a pop-up shop, because then I thought, no, you know what, it will be fine. No, you know what happened? I actually didn't have the business savvy yet to go and negotiate with the landlord about my needs. That was my lesson that I learned there. So basically, so I had a shop which I rented for a year. Like, I had a year lease on that shop. So basically it went great. Summer, December, it was awesome. Your people loved the shop, especially the Pretoria Tannies. They loved it. And then up to April when the tourists were there. And then Mossel Bay went into winter and it died. But I was smart then. So naturally into my shop came women in Mossel Bay, like established older ladies. And they were like, I love your style. Don't you want to come and interior design my house for me? Okay. So I was like, cool. And then I decided to actually start interior designing in the quiet months to actually still pay for my shop. Basically, I did not make any money that year because all my money went into this shop that couldn't carry itself. We can talk about that another day, or the lessons I learned there. Anyway, okay, so I started doing that. Meanwhile, in Mossel Bay, you cannot find someone to look after your shop properly. So my shop was closed a lot because I was working on projects. Okay, then it started becoming summer again and so on. I think it was just like before summer, and I was like, yo, I'm not doing this year again. Like this way there's nothing going on in town and I'm just putting all my money in a shop that's not making money. So anyway, so while I was in my shop, my husband had one of his business partners. So at that stage, my husband had a tech company. Well, it was him and a partner. They had a tech company where they built apps. So that's why we actually went to live in Mossel Bay, because I grew up in Plettenberg Bay, and then my family moved to Pretoria when I was quite old. I just finished high school here, and then I was like, I always wanted to go back to where I came from, back to the ocean. Like, that's what I was used to. Small town, nature, the beach, everything. So I was like to my husband, okay, we need to go back. And he was like, yeah, he's always wanted to live at the beach and at the sea, so he's keen. Then we chose Mossel Bay because it's close to the airport, because we were still commuting. Okay, his offices was in Pretoria. So basically, I think every 5 weeks we were on a plane coming to Pretoria. I swear, we saw the family more while living in Mossel Bay than living back in Pretoria, because you used to visit, and then you'll spend time with everyone. Anyway, we were basically living there, and yeah. So his partner came down to Mossel Bay for a change for some meetings and stuff. And we were sitting there, they were visiting me at the shop, and he's like, I've always had this idea where we have like a appointment booking app. But you know, for beauty, because he struggles to, he just wants to make a hair appointment on an app. And apps are becoming the thing and stuff. And I was listening to him and I was like, okay, like, why haven't you done this? And he's like, no, I haven't had, like, he doesn't know the beauty industry. He just knows tech. So his whole thing was he needed someone to do that side of the business. So I gave it some thought and I'm like, but I could be perfect for that. Like, I'm a businesswoman. I'm entrepreneurial. I'm a woman. So, I'll kind of get the beauty industry because it's predominantly more like a woman thing. So, like, I'll get it. And I love, like, anti-aging. And my whole thing was, I've had problems going to beauty salons. Like, I mean, guys, haven't we all cried after getting a haircut? Or a hair dye? Or getting our faces peeled off? Or getting a really crappy foot massage or pedicure that we paid a lot for? Like, haven't we all had that? So I was like, I will eliminate this problem in our country. So yeah, I thought then, this is my passion. And the other thing I thought was that this will be that well-known household brand that I've been wanting to build all my life. So I took it and we became 50-50 partners, me business, them tech, the whole thing. And I jumped in like I usually do with stuff. I jumped in, and I was working. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool, blah, blah, blah. After a while, I was like, okay, the beauty industry is not the design industry. Like, sure, it was a bit different. Design, we were very collaborative. We enjoyed each other. We supported each other a lot. And with the beauty, it's still a bit, I'm keeping what I have for myself. What are you actually selling me? What are you trying to do here? So it was difficult, okay? But sooner than later, I started getting to know the industry quite well, and I knew what the flipping trends were, which changed all the time. And then I was like, you know what? We should educate people. So I was like, okay, let's do the business, which will be the app where we will make money, a lot of money. That was the other thing. My whole thing was, this is going to make me a shitload of money, and what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to start more businesses so that I can stop lending money from other people and banks that I need to pay back. So let me make a lot of money, and then I can put all my money into new businesses, which I love doing. So that was the business side of things. And then on the other side, I thought we should lift the standard of the South African beauty industry. Through that, what are we going to do? We're going to educate the end consumer so they know what's going on, so they basically know what standards are required for this treatment, and they can make sure they're getting their money worth, and knowing also what they're talking about so that no one else can bully them into anything else. And with that, our online community was born. Okay, so we've got the beauty community and the app. What happened with the app? My partners was taking their time. So for a year long, I was still very positive about this project, lots of energy, doing my thing, getting meetings with people out there, telling people about what I'm bringing to South Africa, starting the beauty community, which was all on social media and online. And I was waiting for my app. You guys remember the fans from Glowbook all the way back? Oh yeah, this app and company's name was Glowbook. You guys remember I would be like, oh, coming soon, launching, like 2 weeks and this and this. I think I said it like, 4 times we're launching, and we were going to launch, and then we just didn't. and then the stuff wasn't ready and I couldn't launch. I'm really sorry. Okay, and while they were taking their time and I'm waiting for the business, I'm waiting to make money, I'm working for nothing here. Okay, but then so we invest our time, I invested my time. I started doing social media. And if you know me personally, you know how much I love social media. That is not true. I do not like social media. Okay, and most people know this about me. Anyway, so I started I started being a content creator, something I would never do, like never. I won't even get paid for it. Like, content creation. People out there doing content creation, awesome. And people not doing content creation, guys, content creation is a full-time job. Do you see that blogger out there? You thinking, her life is so nice. She's just making videos of herself, taking photos. No, it's a full-time job. Please, guys. It's just as well. Okay, I'm not going to say this, but because I don't know. It's just as well being a mother. It's full-time. Like, you do not stop. Like, I used to remember, you would go to a place and you check the place out for photos. No, you won't enjoy the coffee or the breakfast in front of you. You'd be like, I need to take a picture, guys, this place. Oh, it's going to look so good for the gram. Like, where am I taking a picture? Meanwhile, you're not one of those people like being like, in the flipping coffee shop, you one of those people that are like, don't put the phone down, don't take a picture of me. My husband just wanting to take a nice picture while we're there, like not even for anything. I'm like, stop, put the phone down. Me being a content creator right now. So yeah, that's what I did. I did enjoy YouTube though, but all the rest, oh my gosh, I had to go for a facial. Everyone thinks, oh wow, she's getting so much stuff. Yeah, but I'm working for it. Like, I'm not there enjoying my facial. I'm thinking, okay, she's saying this in like this. Okay, I'm gonna edit it like this, and I'm gonna edit like this. And I did love working with everyone. You're getting contacted by awesome brands in South Africa, asking them to work with Global. Oh, guys, it made my heart so happy. Like, it was so amazing. I just wished I loved content creation. Then I would have been the most amazing content creator out there for the beauty industry, which I was trying to do. Anyway, so there I was waiting for my app, being a content creator, which ended up draining me. Okay, so if you don't like something, or it's not really for you, it doesn't mesh well with you as a person, it drains you. So if you are getting drained by something you're doing, it's not the right, it's not the right thing. Because I know how it feels when something doesn't drain you. So in the design industry, I would work my ass off. I would stay up late. I would do everything and I would love it. It would give me energy. You understand? So because I liked it and it was aligned with me and my personality, it gave me energy. I could go on and on and on and on and on. If something is not like meshing with you, it drains you. It does the opposite. So you would have to do something small, like okay, you quickly have to edit this video or just make a post on Instagram. It would look like a mountain. Okay, so for the first year I was quite, I was lucky on it, getting to know it. In the first year when I didn't have my app, in the second year in, what did it start doing? There wasn't anything anymore because the business side of things was still driving me. I was still like, we're building this awesome product for people and business, and that stuff I still loved. So that gave me energy, and then the content creation just drained me. Then I started seeing, red flags. And I'm going to do a video about business lessons and when you should start listening to red flags. Red flags started popping up, and I was like, okay, I see the pattern. 6 months from now, if I don't have that app, I'm out because then it's never going to happen. 6 months went by. I didn't have my app, but you know what I did? I was like, I will wait a bit more. When you know something, but you just don't want to give it up, so you keep holding it. And I was like, okay, let's hold on. You know what? It's still a flipping good idea, and it's still something South Africa desperately needs. We need it. We still need Glowbook. Like this whole beauty booking appointment app, but it wasn't just the beauty booking anymore. It became like this whole movement. It became like this whole, okay, seeing where you want to go. Reviews, like we would have said who's worth it to go to, and then we would have said, okay, if you're not on that list yet, how can you get there? We wanted to help people as well, and I didn't want to apply the beauty industry way of doing things like you're not good enough for Glowbook. I wanted to do like, listen here, let's see how we can help you be good enough and according to standards that's proper. So it became like this massive thing. It became bigger than just a beauty appointment app. We really wanted to uplift South Africa's beauty industry and the standard of it. Anyway, so I got back and I'm like, you know what? This is still a very good idea. I'm not giving this up. Damn, I've been working 2 years into this. I'm not giving 2 years up for nothing and just leaving it. So what do? I continued. Very unhappily, I continued. Okay. So I think another 6 months went by. So at this stage, I was 2 years into Glowbook. Another 6 months went by. It was just before December. I remember that actually. And while I'm still doing this, I'm praying. I'm like, what should I be doing? And I was like, give me a sign if it's not for me, this whole thing. But ever since I started Glowbook, I knew something was off. That little voice, I just knew something was off, but I couldn't give this up. Why? Because it's gonna make me so much money, and it's gonna give me that brand I was talking about, you know, and everyone's gonna think, yo, look at that girl boss. Oh, she's rich, she's young, she's a woman, she's South African, you know, all those stuff driving me instead of what I should have been doing. Anyway. So yeah, 2 years into Glowbook, I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. But then I was like, you know, give me a sign, like a straight up sign. I want to see a duidelik. I want duidelik. Like, sure. I want to be like, I'm walking there and it's like, no, yes. And then if I just knew no, then I would know, okay, I'll move on. Because what I also want to just do, the will of God. That's what I want to do. Like, that's the whole point of living, actually, in the end of it. In the end, the baseline is what is God's will for your life, because He wants the best for your life. Okay? So I want to do what He wants me to do. Thank you very much. Okay. But He didn't give me a straight up no. He has in the past, in another company that I started, tanning stickers. He showed me no. And I was like, okay, I'll stop. And He has showed me yes. He showed me yes, do it. And I'm like, yay, do it. But with Glowbook, He never showed me like quite clearly. I think that was just a personal growth thing that I had to go through as well. So yeah. But in my back of my head, I knew no. A few people told me, yeah, I don't think you should be doing this. But I was like still thinking about money and fame. So I was like, you know what? I'm stopping Glowbook. I'm stopping it. And then, you know, some people also said, maybe you just need a break. Like, you've been working non-stop. Maybe you just need a break. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm taking a break. I'll come back after December and then I'll decide. So I took my break, full month in Mozambique, just chilling, island style. I love it. Okay, anyway, so I did that. I took my break. So after my holiday, I came back and I decided. I still actually didn't decide. I thought, you know what I thought? I thought, I'm the problem. I'm the problem with Glowbook. I thought maybe it's something that's wrong with me that's causing Glowbook to be unsuccessful and not get where it's supposed to be at this stage. because we all have personal stuff, like coming from our childhoods and stuff, we all have personal stuff. And then I started seeing a life coach. So I had weekly meetings with a life coach. And then I realized that my whole life has always been about the business that I'm working on. So I realized that I haven't really worked on myself personally, because I was always working on the business. I made my identity the businesses that I was working on, because I thought, or I believed subconsciously, it's the most important thing. Like, the important thing is business or starting new, being entrepreneurial, starting new stuff, because that's my passion. Okay, and through my businesses or whatever I'm busy with, then I'm gonna fulfill my destiny and what God planned for me, because then I'll be following my passion and starting this brand, and through that reaching lots of people, maybe with everything I'm learning or learned, or how I became this, I don't know. But anyway, so that was a thing that was in my brain, like a thought pattern, how I put things in my life. So it was always my business. All my money went to my business. Everything was like, it was all about the brand. Like, people close to me know how much I love my brands. Like, I've had so many and I love them. But that was not how you should be living life, because the most important thing is you, not your business, not your job, not your business, definitely not the way you're making money. It's you. So I went through a lot of other life coach things, and I told, okay, now I'm wrapping this thing up by June, so middle of the year. And it was actually lockdown in that year. Like, that was last year. And before that, there was 2 years that I worked on Glowwork. Yeah. So there was in lockdown. I was like, okay, by June, I'm done. I was telling people I'm going to be quitting Glowwork, and then people would say, what? You've put so much of your time into Glowwork. Like, how can you just quit this? You've put so many years in, so many months, everything, your whole life was put into Glowwork. How can you just quit? So I'm like, guys, it's for me. It's the right thing to make me a happier person and for my soul. And maybe I don't see how it's not what God planned, because what brand can be bigger than this, than a global, it could go international beauty brand. Like, I couldn't see, like, but how am I going to fulfill my destiny if I don't do Glowwork? Because Glowwork is like, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, I would tell people, and that's where the empire comes from, guys. I would tell people, I have the secret. Like, I've got that, that multi-million-dollar company that people are like, oh, they started it like an Uber or whatever. I've got that. Everything is there. Like, I can see it. It's there. But I have to give it up. I have to. But, yeah. So I told, okay, I'm stopping Glowwork. I went through. I didn't even post a lot at this stage, because I was just like regrouping, getting myself together, everything. And then June came, and then all of a sudden stuff started clicking. And I read a quote from someone. I was like, yo, this is for me. Wow. Oh, yes. It was something like, you didn't come this far for nothing. So I was like, yeah, 2 years, 3 years of my life. Okay. And then I also, all of a sudden, the tech company was like, you know what? We will be spending 3 months on your project alone. Or was this another time they actually said this? This was another time. I think that's why I continued last time, but I still didn't have an app. Okay, so I think, it was basically, I think we got interest from other people wanting to join the group and basically like invest also their time and expertise into Glowwork. And I was like, yeah, the more the merrier, let's do this. And we also did make like another deal with tech so that we can do it. We got another designer and another software developer and everything, and his stuff was looking good. And I was like, oh, okay, stuff's working out now. Maybe I should continue. And then I thought, you know what, it's a good idea. Let me get an assistant. Maybe that would take some pressure off with the content creation. Let me get an assistant. We had like a dedicated office. I was talking to brands. Brands were interested in Glowbook. This whole thing, I still didn't have my tech though. Oh, but I did get a very, very good international designer, like UX designer, joining the team, and she had the most incredible designs, and I was just like, oh, my baby's coming together. Oh, it's happening. So yeah, I continued with Glowbook, and in the last half of last year I continued with Glowbook, and I just kept being drained. So in December, everything was on a good track. December, we closed down office. Me and my husband usually take like a month in December because we can and we need it because we workaholics. We basically take like a month in December, and we said for this month, because he's also like in a weird place with following his dreams. That's why I have the perfect husband, because we like very supportive. So we were like, okay, this December we are now deciding what are we doing for at least the next 5 years, because gee, like we still get lots of other ideas that we want to do. And he went on another thing, and he did his thing and made his choice. And what did I choose? I chose Glowbook, and I was like, I can do this. And I read a whole lot of motivational books over December, written by inspirational women that has their own companies, and I joined groups, inspirational women groups, and I followed people, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. I am going to do this. I'm gonna just like get down in it. And I was just like, yeah, I will be doing this. Maybe I need some flipping pills to just get me through those menstrual cycle weeks that you just feel like you can't do anything, because that I had a lot of health issues throughout this time of high stress, and since getting out of high school being high stress. Okay, we'll talk about that as well. And I was like, maybe I need to get some happy pills to make me feel better and get through the month. And I was like doing it. What happened? So I sat down on the 13th of Jan, because that's when we started working again. I woke up the morning, I sat down in front of my computer, I opened up my Glowbook stuff, and I burst out crying. I don't cry. I don't cry often at all. I cry once a year. I started crying. My husband came in through my office door and he's like, werk jy lekker? And I'm just like looking at him like, he's like, oh, I can't do this. Like, I can't even. And then he just took me and he's like, it's okay. And I says, ek weet nie wat ek verkeerd doen nie. I'm doing everything I think I should be doing. I'm just not happy. And he's like, I think it's time to quit, right? And then I was like, you know what? If I'm going to wake up unhappy while being rich and famous, what is the point? And then I went back into my journal and I looked at like, I prayed and asked God, like, just let's open up my journal and see where we land. And I opened up my journal on my computer. We're in 2021 on my computer. And I just scrolled, like I just went, whoo. Well, actually, I dragged and whoo. I just went and it stopped somewhere on a date that I wrote, like an entry. And it stopped there. And I was like, okay, let's read. And I should actually find that. But basically, it was on the thing where I talked about how I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. And I think that's how God made it clear at the end. Because one day I got very serious with myself. Like, really, why am I doing this? And it was there. And I read it and I was like, Okay. Okay. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm stopping for 3 months. That's just how I am, okay? I said, I'm stopping for 3 months. And for 3 months, well, I went to my husband and I'm like, what do you actually want me to do? And he's always been like, I just want you to be a housewife and enjoy your life. Yes, guys, I'm blessed. Thank you. I know. My friends are just like, what? Yeah. And I'm like the one person that's like, I want to do stuff in life. And I got this amazing outfit. But anyways, he's like, you know what? I just want you to be a housewife, enjoy your life. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I also decided I'm going to be a huisvrou wat kersse maak. So I started making scented candles. I was like, because you can't just do house chores, or I don't know. I just made candles, okay? It was interesting. So now I'm a huisvrou wat kersse maak. And I told myself that's what I'm going to be for the next 3 months. Then we'll see if I'm getting back to Glowbook. In the meantime, it's not just me. I wasn't just the only one working in Glowbook. So the team, the tech company and the designers and everyone, they are going to try and continue this thing because it's still a very good business. Like on a business side, it's still a very good business. They're going to try and continue with it. And then my hubby said, like, maybe you just need the app. Like, just maybe let's build it, finish it for you, and then you just come in and it's ready and it's there. And I was like, okay, you know what? Fine. I'm just going to switch off Glowbook for the next 3 months. The moment I decided that, I used to wake up in the morning depressed. I used to wake up and think, ugh, what is the point? Like, I need to go now and do this and do that and Instagram and this and this. And I was just like, ugh, I did not look forward to my days. And then the worst days for me were actually the days that I had nothing to do. Those are the worst because I hate being bored. I hate it. And then when I had days where I had to switch off and not do anything, or I didn't have anything planned or anything, I would the whole time think about what I'm not doing. Okay, so if I woke up in the morning and I had nothing on my agenda that day, I would just want to sleep the whole day and just let me just get this day done. I'm not doing this. The moment I decided to quit Glowbook, the next morning I woke up. I did not wake up depressed. I woke up excited. I did not have anything to do. And I woke up excited. I'm getting goosebumps. That has never happened, except maybe if it's Sunday. But sure. And then it was a revelation. And I was like, oh my word. Guys, please, listen to me. Even though you think, or you are busy building your empire, and you think, this is my empire, this is how I'll be rich and live a great life and everything, but it's making you depressed. I don't see the point. I've still got all my hopes and dreams, everything for my future. But when I decided to quit my empire, I was truly happy. And this is now like also for me, there's like a moment, I'm like, wow. So, that is my story, and that is why I quit Glowbook. For all my fans out there, and not my fans, I mean the brand's fans and the people that's been following us for so long, I just want to say thank you. You guys was the driving force for me holding out so long. I just loved working with you. Like, every flipping person was such a unique, amazing person that I got to work with. Thank you for all the people that helped me along the way. I mean, I've had sisters helping with social media, my assistants that was helping me, everyone that got involved in Glowbook. Thank you so much. You guys were amazing on this journey. And yeah, but this is the end for me. I'm going. I don't know if Glowbook is going, but Glowbook might pop up somewhere else, sometime, maybe another name. Yeah. But that's not my problem, because no, I'm not a housewife that makes candles for 3 months only. I'll be doing that. So God shows me what else to do. I'm chilling now. I'm taking time for myself. I'm healing, and I'm connecting again to the Lord, and I'm opening myself up to what the heck does He have planned now? Like, if it wasn't Glowbook was pretty great. Yo. God is amazing, guys. God is amazing. He surprises you like all the time. You cannot know what He has in store for you. So anyway, thank you for listening, and tell me where you are on your journey.